all decade starting five for hip hop for the 2010s, right?
Oh man.
All right, so I'm gonna go over the criteria just in case. So our point guard is our producer, our shooting guard is our bar spitter, our small forward is the most versatile. Power forward, we're going with like hooks and melodies, and our center is going to be a legend that carried out through the decade. So you were already a legend before the 2010s hit, and you just continued your legacy, or you may have reinvented yourself. And then our sixth man is going to be the energy of the culture.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna start with Jason.
I will go first. Okay.
Yeah, you first.
Dog, it kept changing.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's a crazy topic because you can play so many people in here, and it's like, you know,
um
do you want to be cliche? Do you not? Like, you know.
dog, like, um, and then 2010. So,
Yeah, 2010. So we're not counting the early
uh,
2000s. We're not counting the 90s. We're not even counting this decade. We
y'all,
2 years in.
yeah, y'all be on
I
y'all
don't want to
shit.
hear no 2021 albums mentioned
Yeah.
or none of that.
Nah, see, this is good for me. So we'll start 2010. As a producer, and then we're thinking like 2010 and like just we're staying in that area, or are we looking at it from 2010, like kind of till now?
No, like 2010 until now,
Okay, like
roughly. There
truly
hasn't
what
been
we,
too many projects that was released in
but
the past couple years because of COVID, but
yeah, but you really
yeah.
came on the scene in like that time.
Yeah, yeah. Or that you made your major stamp,
Yeah,
around that 2010 mark. If it's somebody that came out in '09, and we'll
yeah, yeah.
excuse it. you know.
As far okay from this, God, I don't want y'all killing me for these selections right now,
Nah,
but
you might kill me for some of mine. Let's go.
um, and then yeah, because this is this era for me. It was producers. I'm pretty big on like especially around this time when I think about myself. I was really big on like currency. Um,
Okay.
like I knew like we all loved that XXL cover. We all that was when that was when
Oh yeah.
we found out about all our guys. But uh yeah, I was big on currency. Like what I mean, Wiz was that version of Wiz. And then the other people that little subgroup Crit was in there and
Oh
Casey
yeah.
Veggie. So for a producer, I'm gonna say Cardo.
Okay. All right.
Uh, Cardo got wings,
Yeah, yeah. I'm not mad at that. They
and
they definitely came through and made a wave.
yeah,
That's
because
for
I know
sure.
he came through and kind of like touched everything in that time. Like he just kept popping up. He made some freaking slaps, and then so my bar spitter, my ooh,
Yeah.
um, man, like it's so many people fighting for that position.
Yeah, yeah. I got an honorable mention for the bar spitter because I couldn't leave off everybody.
Um, the dang, because I'm thinking, but see who I wanted. But I'm thinking about kind of what they grew into. It was like I wanted to say Ab for a sec, like Ab
Okay.
Soul,
No, yeah.
but because I felt like he was kind of excelling on that low key. But like when I think about now, he's kind of like in the cut. It was between like Ab Soul and Ab Soul and I just had freak. Why is it on the tip of my tongue? It wasn't K Dot. It was
See, because Ab has taken some lengthy breaks. Like we look at the K dot break, and it's been almost as long for Ab.
yeah.
Because I want to say Ab dropped right around Damn, whether it was before or after, but I think it was in that time frame. So yeah, I see why you're kind of reluctant to say Ab, but
You know,
he's definitely one of those. He's definitely one of those you got to listen to a couple times.
yeah, it was Ab Soul and maybe Wayne. Like,
Yeah.
I forgot about Wayne.
you know what I mean? Like,
I forgot about Wayne.
But Wayne, I mean, did Wayne really make his stamp in the 2010s or the 2000s?
and that's what I'm trying to measure. Like, I've been trying to remember that, like, who, but because I remember I was kind of like letting go of that era, entering this new fresh, this new hot fresh. I low-key just want to just say Bar Spitters was like just TDE. Can I do that?
Yeah. We could do that. We could do that.
Because I was fucking with all of them. Like, I was just completely amazed by this.
Yeah. They to me, they brought real rap back to the mainstream. That's for sure. That's one thing from top to bottom, from Kendrick to whoever you want to put is Kendrick, is Ab, is Schoolboy, and is Jay. But yeah, they definitely were the only group bringing that to the mainstream at one point.
And then it fucked me up because I also wanted to put Drake there, but Drake is going to be my most versatile.
Okay, so you got Drake as your small forward, and you got all the TDE coming off the bench and starting for shooting guard. So,
and
you running small ball.
I'm running so. Dang, but then it was a fight. Like, it was a fight with hooks and melodies too, because he was killing the hooks.
Yeah. So who you got as far as power forward? For that hooks and melodies, like I'm thinking that stretch 4.
See, now I got to think of it. Drake might have been the hook guy. And my most, you know what? Wait. Most versatile would be but Kanye don't really apply to that era. Like,
why not?
And I don't. It's like, and that's the thing. It's
we got a slot for the center for Kanye. That's all I'm saying. He was already a legend before 2010s hit.
Like, wait. So even is this people that began in the 2000s?
See that, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's not necessarily people that began in the 2000s, but who made their stamp in hip hop in those 2010s.
Cause like, and that's where I was thinking.
I would say Kanye's biggest stamp is in the 2000s.
But he's still making a stamp. It don't matter.
And that's why we got the center position. That's a legend that carried on his legacy.
See, I have a different person. I have a different person for my center position. I wonder now that you're bringing that up. I wonder.
Hey, your list is your list. We're gonna roll with it.
Keeps changing.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those.
Because I wrote mine down, and now I'm like second guessing. But because of what you're saying, I wonder if you think that applies to it.
Yeah. So that's the reason I put that center position. I wanted to make room for the people who are already legends that still, like Kanye was killing shit in the 2010s.
He was, and that's where. But I was like, he didn't start in 2010 though.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be. I'm not saying you had to come out 2010 or later, your first project, but that's where you made your biggest stamp of your career.
Man, you know what? I gotta rephrase this. Okay, I'm slipping now. I'm gonna make that's who it was. My most versatile is gonna be Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll switch him, and then my hooks. That's who is sticking out.
Okay.
Because Wiz was doing, like, that's really why I liked him, because you know what I'm saying. Hooks and melodies was Drake, and then the legend that carried the legacy through the decade. But then at the same time, I felt like Drake was running shit. Like, I felt
Drake was running shit in the 2010s. He came out. Let's see, what's the first album? Was that 09, 08?
So it's like, I felt like it was and also felt like Jay-Z. There was a fight with Jay-Z as well. Like,
Jay, I forgot about Jay.
There are other decades to cover. That's all.
You know what I mean? Like, Jay-Z.
In other episodes, we can definitely cover other decades.
You know, so it's like there was a lot of, it was a dang, what was it? I don't want to say the struggle for power, but it was hitters. It was hitters that was really like, people was really concerned with running it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then you still have Wayne, who was still popping in and out. Like, nobody really wanted to let it go.
Yeah.
But who cared?
Yeah, I feel like right before that new class, I see what you're saying. Right before that Kendrick Cole, Big Sean Clyde, Big Crit class. Yeah, it was definitely a power struggle at that top.
You know what? Okay, here we go. Damn, bro, but I don't want to take your Kanye set, your center.
No. That's
no.
We're gonna have the same. We might have the same people.
I like
don't
that,
even,
bro. Really.
No, your list is your list.
All right, Kanye was the will be my center, and then the sixth man, who was like, just as far as energy, like the energy of the culture at that time, I'm gonna say ASAP Rocky.
Okay.
Like when he hit that scene with that peso and that long live ASAP, like he was everywhere, bro. He is
a different sound too.
Like Drake grabbed that nigga, he grabbed them and TDE.
Yeah.
And like I just felt like that nigga was so fucking cool. He was with Lana Del Rey in the videos. He was all in her shit, and then he was all the way over there with the punk rock kids too. Like he was just this cool ass nigga wearing Alexander McQueen and shit, but gold teeth. And I just felt like so many people just wanted to be like him. Like
they had that Dipset effect. I feel like
the
ASAP Mob was the second coming to Dipset.
Yeah.
Like Dipset had people dressing a certain way. Dipset had people using a different slang and shit like that. Even on the West, where where we grew up, we had Dipset fanatics. I feel like they had that same type of wave during that era. So I feel it.
Like niggas was typing the letter V instead of the letter A, and they said, know what was going on.
I hope y'all stop doing that.
Yeah, like that's for sure my list. It was
okay. And you already used up your honorable mention for shooting guard. You picked the whole team. I ain't even gonna ask you.
but it was gonna be Currency.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. Currency still killing shit 3-4 times a year. Eddie, what you got?
All right. I wrote down this list, but let's see. Okay. All right. So my producer, my / point guard, I'm gonna go ahead and do Metro Boomin. Because I really thought he was like, really like taking over the game with that whole future 40 when did 48 is it 48 nights or 46 nights? Which one? I forget the number, but I forget what year that was, but I think in the 2010s, Metro was really like coming into his own. The bar spitter was, who did I pick? The bar spitter. I'm gonna go with my dog, Mac Miller.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna go with my dog, Mac Miller. That's it.
Never mad at a Mac.
I'm gonna go with my dog, Mac Miller.
Oh my god.
Most versatile. I'm gonna go with Kendrick. Most versatile. Is that good or no? I mean, he was in the.
Hey, your list is whatever.
No. But I'm saying, he's in that era, obviously. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right,
100%.
So
I think Good Kid came out 11?
Okay. 12? Producer Metro, bar spitter Mac Miller, versatile Kendrick, hooks and melodies. I think this is the easiest to me because I think this is what he's pretty much known for. Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hooks and melodies. Now this one, legend that carried legacy throughout the decade. I'm gonna go with Eminem because I just right now I'm looking at his albums. Kamikaze came out in 2018. That shit was a slap.
Fire.
That Kamikaze shit is an underrated album. Okay. Revival was 2017, even though I didn't think that album was that good. Music to Be Murdered By 2020. That I
Fire.
still consider in there. The Marshall Mathers LP2 2013.
Fire.
Relapse, which was good, came out in 2009, a year before.
It's a
But
year
I
before.
think he's still kind of Recovery 2010.
Yeah,
Uh,
Recovery I
Yeah.
enjoyed. I think more
Yeah.
than the average person.
So I'm not
Sure.
saying that M was putting out classics, but he still carried that
Yeah.
into, and I
I
don't
feel
know
like
what,
M became the rap god in the 2010s too. That
and I don't-
persona, recreating himself and
what year
making
did
a
Rap
different
God
type of
come out?
music.
What year did that song Rap
That
God
was
come
on Marshall Mathers LP2.
out? Okay, so then that was 2013, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
was in the 2010s for sure.
And then I think, to me, like, bro, like, I don't know what year this was when he went at MGK and made him convert into a whole new different genre of music. I don't know what year that was. I don't know if that was 2 years ago. But yeah, but anyway, so that's my legend that carried legacy through the decade. My sixth man, this is easy. This is easy. And I kind of want to piggyback on something that Jason was saying. Energy of the culture, Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Travis
Okay.
Scott. Because I mean, look,
Yeah.
like you see, he kind of comes out and is like screaming like he's a rock star, and like I think, I
Mhm.
mean, shit. Look what look what happened at his last festival. Like I just think
Yeah.
he brings that energy,
Yeah.
But coming off what Jason was saying, I think ASAP is low key underrated. I think Travis is what ASAP was hoping to be.
Yeah.
Because their styles are like the way they dress, the way they do their hair. I mean, the music is is different, but I really do think ASAP is that guy for Six Man, Energy of the Culture. But
Yeah.
I think Travis just took it to a whole new level.
Yeah, I think when we think of that era and like everybody talks about the big three, the Kendrick Cole and Drake, and then right on the outside of that is probably Travis. I think that was supposed to be ASAP, and I would still put ASAP in that like top 5.
But I think
But
ASAP is really like low key underrated.
oh
I
yeah,
really
for sure. I've
um,
enjoyed every ASAP
so
album.
so have I. So have I. Testing
Yeah.
to me is one of my favorite albums.
Mhm.
Yeah, Testing is great.
But the producer one was kind of the hardest for me to pick, because I just feel like I need to kind of like study that more about like what Jason was saying, like he was going to pick Currency. I just don't know that much. I mean, he knows, you and him would know more than I do, but I think in producer, I just kind of, the first thing that kind of pops into mind is Metro Boomin, because like I
Yeah,
mean,
for
think about it,
sure.
almost every song you would hear his
Yeah.
his tag in a song. And then Bar Spitter Mac, which Mac is like, man, that's one dude I wish was still alive, bro.
Yeah. That was a great
And then
choice.
and then Kendrick for sure for most versatile, Drake Hooks and Melodies, Eminem for Legend that carried the decade, and then Travis for Energy of the Culture.
Yeah, for sure. 2 solid lists for sure. Yeah, Metro. Honestly, I think that people are reluctant to consider like this era in as far as like the GOAT conversation. Metro is a super producer, and he's up there with the Swiss Beats. He's up there with the Timberlands, and I don't think that can be denied now. Metro, for sure, is one of the greatest of all time. Period.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's undeniable at this point. All right, so I'm gonna go over my list. I redid this list about 4 times. I swear, it's so interchangeable. But for my point guard, I'm going with Hit Boy. All right.
Yep.
So for
Okay,
producer,
yeah, okay.
and I'm just looking. I think that he's in that conversation as far as like what I'm talking about with Metro is like he should be considered up there with the Timberland, with the Swiss Beats, with as far as the GOATs. Well, we got that top 3 of that Dre, Kanye, Pharrell, but right there, these dudes are right there with him. He's got Backseat Freestyle, Goldie, One Train, My God by Pusha T, Drop the World by Wayne, Easy just recently by Kanye. I know we're not supposed to mention stuff like this, but with Game and Kanye, that beat is insane. He's got Sicko Mode, he's got Click, he's got Trophies, he's got Niggas in Paris, and he's behind the resurgence of Nas. Like I think there's not there's not much more to say. When you look at like his body of work, there's not much more to say. Like Nas is just as good as he's ever been in these last 3 albums.
Hit Boy got Nas in the studio rapping his verses to cell phone cameras. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, and not just Nas, like he's been a part of the Griselda, movement. He's produced entire albums for Benny and Kanye, and he's been a part of like so much more. He's got an album coming out with Game, but that's outside the era. My
Yeah.
shooting guard, I think it's undeniable, is Kendrick. He's got what you want to call it, 5 out of 6 classics in the decade. I don't think we're gonna argue as far as like best lyricist, best bar spitter. I do have an honorable mention that's outside the box, but I'm gonna do that later. My most versatile is gonna be Vince Staples, and I had somebody else for most versatile until I start doing my research because I really enjoyed the last 2 Vince Staples albums. So I was kind of, and not that I had to go back. I mean, we're from the same neighborhood. I'm pretty much up on Vince's stuff, but I'm gonna read off some of his features. He's got features with the Gorillas, Earl, Reason, Billie Eilish, E40, Snow Allegra, Mariba, Alchemist, Royce, Lil Yachty, and Janae Aiko in the decade.
yeah.
Going from E40 to Janae Aiko is crazy, or E40 to Billie Eilish is crazy.
The
Snow Allegra,
Gorillas.
the Gorillas, exactly.
Like, how you even record with them? Like,
not even a person, right? They're not even a person, bro.
Like,
How you feature how you feature with somebody who don't
how'd
exist?
that work?
Yo, and then his soundtracks. These are just soundtracks that he's been included on, and
Yeah.
some of the the songs repeat. I know North got a couple looks on some soundtracks, but he's been on Queen and Slim soundtrack, Black Panther soundtrack, Spider-Man, Call of Duty, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He's on Creed 1 and 2. He's on fucking Baywatch. He's on GTA 5,
Wow.
NBA Live 16, Madden 18, Gran Turismo, MLB The Show, and Mortal Kombat 11.
Dude's a genius.
Yeah, he made me rethink my whole versatility argument when I actually like start doing some research on the topic. And
Yeah, that's almost the definition of versatility.
yeah, like being able to rap over certain beats and stuff like that was where I was going first, or like dipping in and out of different flows and stuff like that. That's where my mind immediately went. But I mean, you're hopping on the track with the Gorillas and then hopping on the track with E40, and then you're on a fucking Baywatch, and then you're on GTA 5. Like,
And he was on Black Panther.
yeah, Black Panther. I
Yeah.
listed that too. He was on Black Panther. So and I didn't even list any of his own projects.
Yeah, wow.
So
Wow.
it's like,
Hey, Vince Staples was supposed to be at El Dorado Park last week.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because I think he has he was gonna do like some I think he was doing like a comic book signing. I don't know if he was
yeah.
creating a book or something, but then the city of Long Beach canceled it because they thought it was gonna be too crazy.
Too many people. Yeah, I saw him post that they needed a bigger venue for the amount of people that were going to show up, that they had to reschedule. I didn't know that was at El Dorado Park, though. But,
Yeah, it was
that's dope.
yep.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
Yeah,
So
Vince is
my
nice.
my power forward for hooks and melodies, even though he came in later in the decade, I've got Lil Baby.
Oh, dude, hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so energy of the coach. Okay, the energy of the culture. I was gonna put Lil Baby on.
Yo, and he's
Yeah.
100% interchangeable on that. And I wasn't the type of listener that caught on to Lil Baby early.
Mhm.
But
Oh man,
when I caught on,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yo, dude is talented like crazy.
Yeah.
I think Drip Too Hard is the best hook of the decade.
Yeah.
When I'm looking back at everything,
Yeah.
Drip Too Hard is one of the smoothest hooks I've ever heard in my life.
he literally had the game on a chokehold for close to 2 years straight.
Yeah, I think the next time that he drops is going to be insane. I think he'll continue to have the game on the chokehold.
I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't know. I don't know
so?
because the last couple of singles he has dropped, I haven't gravitated towards him like that.
Okay. Yeah.
But no,
But
Lil Baby, that's actually a good one. Lil Baby was gonna be my energy of for the culture,
yeah,
but
for
I just
sure.
think Travis Scott's just a bigger artist
Yeah,
overall.
yeah,
He's
for
like
sure.
insane.
And Travis brings a different type of energy too.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah, and his influence is unmatched too. Yeah. So and then so for center, we're talking about somebody who was already a legend and carried that through the decade. I've got Pusha T. And I got Pusha T based on the fact that he was in a group that was legendary before
yeah,
in the 2000s, and his solo career didn't happen until after 2010, and he's 100% stamped himself as one of the greatest rappers of all time, probably. So
And Pusha
he
T,
may not be in that 10 range, but he's in that 20 to 25 range for sure.
bro, he's been cool. He comes back every era with like a fucking
Yeah.
like that cool nigga shit.
Yeah, and the Clips have. I believe that the Clips legitimately have two classics on their hands, and
I do too.
We're not even talking about the
too.
mixtapes, like the mixtapes that they dropped in the late 2000s. Like that just solidified them as one of the best duos of all time.
Yeah.
And then for him to come back with, bro, when he dropped, what was the tape with? Was it My God? What was I forgot. Fear of God. The Fear of God tape is nasty. It still is today. That Fear of God tape is on my probably top 15 mixtapes of all time. He ended up putting it as an album, but the mixtape was better because they couldn't get some stuff cleared for the album. So they had to take off a couple songs, which it happens to be some of my favorite music from him that they took off. But yeah, I got Pusha, the way he reinvented himself and the way he stamped himself now. Like It's Almost Dry was a major release, and that's not in this decade, but every time he drops, everybody's looking forward. He went to war with Drake. Like,
Yeah.
Not too many people even get a response from Drake, let alone to have a back and forth over, that many amount of years. And yeah, killed mans. And so my sixth man, the energy of the culture, I'm going with Nipsey. This is one of my more cliche picks, but the reason that I'm going with Nipsey is not necessarily because of his music. I think it's his thought process. I think that the way that we've come as a culture, as far as starting businesses, supporting businesses, we're in a crypto phase, and Nipsey was the first person that I heard, not person, but first rapper I heard that kind of embraced the crypto and the investing thing. So I think that Nipsey is more of the energy of the culture because of the way that the culture moved and the way that the culture thinks now. We've come a long way because of a few influences, and I think Nipsey's on that short list as far as a full culture. So that's the reason that I'm coming, pause. But is that right? Was that a right pause? I don't pause, but yeah, no, but that's the reason I'm choosing Nipsey. He had, a high profile relationship. The couple's goals on IG was going crazy. So, I just feel like Nipsey is a personification of today's mindset in hip hop. And then I have an honorable mention for Bar Spitter. For my shooting guard is Michi Darko of the Flatbush Zombies. And a lot of people don't know about Flatbush, but they're one of the best groups in recent memory, and that man's can rap. He raps his ass off every single time. And I personally think that Michi is a top 5 rapper in today's game. But they're 100% independent, got their own record label, so mainstream is not necessarily their focus, but the quality of music that they put out. Eric is the producer. Juice is, he comes with that. He reminds me a lot of like Busy Bone, and Michi is he's a fucking phenomenal rapper. And
I fuck with that.
That's my list. And if y'all haven't, check them out. It's more of the hardcore, like a hardcore sound in hip hop. It's not necessarily like horrorcore, but it's enjoyable. I think y'all like it.
fuck with Flatbush.
Yeah, Flatbush is dope. I'm waiting for them to drop a damn project, man. That they're on my short list of people who I get excited when I hear they're about to drop.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Eddie, like there's probably like 5 to 6 artists where we really get excited. We're like, oh shit, this is coming out on this date. I need to clear my schedule to hear this album. And Flatbush is on that for me.